Welcome to Sleeping with Sarah. I'm Sarah Albritton, and I'm here with my guest, Ahmed Al-Kadri.
Thank you so much for having me, Sarah.
Thanks
I really
for doing
appreciate
this.
it. That you could hear me at this, like, okay, perfect. Yeah. I tend to, like, put my mouth into the mic sometimes, but I'm okay. I know I'm not the first guest that said this, but this is literally the most comfortable setting ever. I already love this, and this is perfect that we're talking about sleep because I know you have sleep narcoleptic, and
Sleep narcissism? I might have that too. I don't know. My podcast is called Sleeping with Sarah, so maybe I do have a little sleep narcissism.
Sleep narcissism. Oh Lord, I'm already fucking up. I'm fighting jet lag right now. Yesterday, I just landed from the Middle East in Dubai. I did some shows out there. Dubai was amazing.
Yeah.
I highly recommend. I think everyone there speaks English.
Oh.
I genuinely, going into the country, I was like, or going into the city in Dubai, I was like, all right, I need to make my Arabic better, like brush up my Arabic. And I even like taught Ryan, my friend, to like teach him a couple words.
Yeah.
Everyone there speaks English. If anything, it would have benefited me if I learned Filipino, like Tagalog.
Oh.
Instead, yeah.
Oh, really?
Filipino or Hindi. Like, so all like the blue collar worker, all the service workers are Indian and Filipino.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes
They make up
sense,
most of
yeah.
the population. And now I have a new love for Filipinos. I already loved them in LA. Now I love them everywhere else. I feel like Filipinos are the superior race. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Start off the episode with some controversy. Filipinos are the superior race. Gosh. So what got you into doing this pod?
Oh, well, a little inspired by, like Mark Maron, he had this thing where he almost committed suicide and was in his garage, right? And that's where he started his podcast in his garage.
Really?
Now, to be fair, I didn't try to kill myself in my bed. Let's be clear. Yeah. But the idea of the bed being a place where I feel like I've wasted a lot of time, where I've spent a lot of time like oversleeping or sleeping too much, I wanted to do something like productive in the bed. Not that productive stuff doesn't happen in the bed, but you know what I mean? But I wanted to do something creative with it.
I mean, productive for me. I don't know if it's productive for her.
I make it productive for me every time. All right.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I respect that.
Yeah.
You know, like I like a woman who's like, you know what? I didn't finish, but this is how to make me finish. You know, and if they bring a toy, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a pro toy man.
Yes.
Yeah,
we need more. Because the thing is,
I think of it like a tag team wrestling match.
yeah.
Like it's not a competition. I'm not wrestling the thing. The enemy is her.
Your hand can literally not move that fast.
Right.
Like, you can't compete with it.
Right,
you know?
right. It's like, listen, if I'm replacing everything else with AI, why can't I replace the female orgasm job? You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah, no, that was what the philosophy I kind of had at a certain point. For a while when I was single, I would always, when I hooked up with someone, I always would be on top because I knew if I was on top, I could get there.
Okay, good.
You know, because I was like, I can get myself there and I don't have to fake it if I'm like on top. And that's kind of where I started with that. Well, you know, taking control with that. And I think a lot of people do get intimidated by toys, but it's more of a way to enhance. So I'm super pro toy as well.
Right. It's like, men, you take supplements like protein supplements, creatine. Some of y'all take steroids or even testosterone pills. So why don't you use a supplement for her?
Exactly.
There you go.
And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be a thing you rely on every time, but it's a good like go-to to try something different.
Dude, if anything, I like it. You do the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Or get the dog to do it. Get the dog to do it.
You don't want the dog to get too comfortable because every time they'd be like, "Oh, it's my turn now."
Yeah. Then the dog's in there. Like, get out of here. That's awesome. Well, I love that concept. I do. I have a podcast called Monday Fun Day Podcast, and it's like advice podcast. Because I love getting life advice or career advice, anything, comedy advice. But nowadays we live in a day and age where so many people are giving you advice, or you're reading a bunch of advice on your social media and all that. And every advice works for different people. So I always come in and I go, what's a good piece of advice you were given? Who told it to you and where were you in your life?
Fun.
Like, it's nice to know, like, what certain piece of advice like really affected a person's journey.
Ooh, I like that.
Journey is such an LA word.
It is. It's journey and vibes.
Yeah. I said that recently. I told this girl, I was like, I said, I really like your energy. And then I said that, I was like, she took it as a comment because she doesn't live in LA. But in my head, I was like, Ahmed, you dirty dog. Like, you LA.
How long have you been in LA now?
4.5 years.
Okay, so around the same time as me.
I'm like, okay, I'm at the level where I started a podcast, but not at the level where I have a one-man show yet.
Okay.
There's a certain level in LA. Once I hit one-man show level, that's a tier.
Yeah, it's a different tier.
How long have you been in LA?
I've been about 5 years, so yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting there.
Yeah, so about 5 years, but it feels like 3 because we lost a couple there. But
that makes sense.
Where'd you move from?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh yeah, Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nice.
Dallas, Texas. I was there. I started actually with improv comedy and sketch comedy.
Same with me in Chicago.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Actually, a lot of my friends in Dallas moved to Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Some of them, well, the improv community. Some moved to Chicago, some moved to New York, a little bit in LA, but I really like the groundlings. That was an incentive for me. And plus, I went to New York a bunch, and I was like, I love New York, but I love visiting. I would never want to move there.
Oh.
Because I would rather struggle in LA than struggle in New York.
Oh, really? What, is it because you have sunshine here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get ashy. I look horrible with in the cold. I don't even look good in jackets. Look at me. Gym Daddy Ahmed just left LA Fitness. Just took him to church.
Yeah.
Look at these guns. I can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, well, and also the thing is living in a place like Chicago where it's like very food-based, very alcohol-based, like looking back, I was like, I was not a healthy person then. And it's like, you wonder why when everyone moves from Chicago to LA, everyone like loses 20 pounds right away because the lifestyle is healthier.
The lifestyle is healthier. You go hiking, you go like me and my friends, I just got back into town, and I'm in town for like the next 3 weeks or so, and I'm very happy about that. But like me just catching up with friends, it's like, hey, let's go hiking.
Yeah.
Let's go biking.
Great.
Let's go to the beach and play volleyball. Like, that's the stuff. While going to New York and Chicago, everyone's like, hey, let's go eat, let's go drink.
Yeah.
Same as Dallas too.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, no one wants to like be as active and stuff. That pit bull, I swear to God. But beautiful eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Very protective.
He's a Polly? Oh, Polly Shore's. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, how's it going? Oh, okay. I think I said that loud and he heard it.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
Because
you can see what it's about. I haven't asked him to do the podcast yet, but maybe
he just knows it is. I mean, he would be a good guest.
Yeah.
I like how this is just so behind BTS to the
yeah.
Hey, audience members, you don't know what's going on here. We're actually in our apartment.
I used to film this. I used to do this in my apartment.
Oh, yeah?
I have the first episodes that are mostly audio were all done in my apartment. I think there's like 106.
Okay, cool.
So some of them were remote during the pandemic, but I like this much.
I started.
This is a lot less creepy, I think, than asking.
And it makes it a lot more professional too.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
I professional. Meanwhile, dogs are barking. Polly's like, "What's up, dude?" That's funny. Okay, I have a couple questions. All right. And maybe y'all, you could give me some advice. My sleep schedule's off.
Yeah.
I've been doing the road heavy, and I'm very grateful for it. But how do I fix jet lagged?
Ooh.
Like, how do I fix jet lag? That's one. And how do I? Okay, do you know how you were like, I need to be on top to get there?
Yeah.
What position do I need to be to get to sleep faster? I need to get there, but it's.
Well, for the jet lag. Are you a heavy sleeper? Can you sleep on planes, like, or anything?
A little bit. Rarely.
Hey, you want to come in? No.
He's just like, no.
No, he's just wanted to say hi.
Yeah. But basically, like, what was I going to say? Rarely sleep on planes.
Yeah. So for me, I'm very lucky because I can sleep on a plane and then like kind of reset it that way, So it's like if you can find a way where you can make yourself either tired or even like taking like a CBD gummy or something like that like relaxes you, or like having like a blackout something. Because then if you can find yourself able to sleep on the plane, then you can kind of trick your body into getting back to it, or just planning to have the whole next day be a wash. and just, being able to get back to that normal.
I might do that. I'm do that. Okay, because I have I'm a very anxious person. So I have like today, all I could think of is I should sleep, but also all I can think of the work I need to get done. So I've just been nonstop going.
So how'd you sleep last night, for example?
I slept pretty well. I will admit I took a CBD, but it was CBD THC. You know those wild gummies?
Yes, I love wild.
Oh, they're great.
I don't do the I can't do the indica, but the sativa ones are fire.
I took it was the wild blackberry. It's
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry.
That's a hybrid. That one's good though.
Yeah, it's a hybrid, and it was CBD, CBN, CBD, and THC, whatever. I took half a gummy. It's a 10 milligrams, so it was 5 milligrams, I think. I got way too high. You know what I mean? So I've been playing the new Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild.
God, I can't.
Do you have that, Mr. Producer? Oh,
so the thing is,
dude.
I really love Zelda. I love video games.
Yeah.
First of all, I have a Switch. I love games. I love Zelda. But the thing is, I do not have time. I do not have time to get into this game. And it's like part of me wants to buy it, but I'm like, when will I have time? I have all these things I have to do. I cannot get sucked into this game that I want to play for.
Sarah, I knew that, and I still bought the game. It was $70. The game was $70. Worth every penny.
No, I know, because the first one's amazing. The first one I didn't even officially beat, because I'm the person that wants to go to every single temple and find all of them before I beat
you wanted to collect everything?
Yeah, I wanted to collect before I beat Ganon.
I went pretty deep in Breath of the Wild. I collected all the shrines. I didn't collect all the Korok seeds. 999 too much.
Yeah.
But I did enough to expand all my weapons and armor and stuff. But I started Tears of the Kingdom, Sarah.
Yeah.
It's you think it's the sequel is it's way better. They turned it up even more.
Yeah. No,
It's so good.
I'm very I do want to play it. I'm very excited. I love, like I said, Switch. So if you were to come over and play Mario Kart or Smash Brothers or that shit, I love that shit.
You should add it to the pod, dude. We'll play video games as we're talking. But yeah, I really enjoy Legend of the Nintendo Switch. It's great, especially now that I'm flying a lot.
Oh, because you can.
So this is prime time, which is funny because usually when I'm flying, I was open up my laptop, get some editing work done, get some sketch writing. But listen, I've been working really hard this past 2 years nonstop, and the game, I'm giving it a permission to myself. It's hey, be kind to yourself.
I think that's so important because you can work if you find something that relaxes you, that puts you in a better mindset, that turns your brain off to thinking something else. I think that can help you in your other areas too, because you can't just work all the time nonstop because you're going to burn out.
Yeah, we do burn out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the jet lag thing. That's right. Yes. I'm going to do better at sleeping on the plane. I had a 16-hour flight yesterday. Those are my long flights.
Gosh. So you played Zelda the entire 16 hours.
I actually slept for 2.5 hours.
Oh, good.
And then the rest I played Zelda.
I do like those international flights, though, because they're every 4 hours, here's a meal, here's a meal, here's a meal.
They did wake me up for meals and stuff. It was good. And I was in the back, and I did smell some farts. I will say, I smelled some farts back there. It was nice. You get some nasty farts when you get off a plane. This is about sleeping, not fart. Do you sleep? Do you fart when you sleep?
I think everybody does at some point. I used to have a dog that would the dog would wake up. He would fart. She would fart, and then she'd wake herself up and be like, what woke me up? And she wouldn't recognize what it was.
What kind of dog do you have?
I don't have. Well, my mom. I've told this story in the podcast. So my mom stole my dog, basically. At one point in Chicago, I was going out of town. She's like, let me watch it. So I took the dog to Chicago because I had out of town gigs for stand up. I was doing a festival for a couple months. And she's like, I'll hold on to her, try to get her back. She's like, well, it's winter in Chicago. It's negative 30 degrees outside. Let me hold on to her till it warms up. Then by March, I was like, hey, can I get my dog back? She's like, well, she gets along with our other dog. She's got a backyard here. And she basically stole my dog.
Oh, I get it though. I get it.
But it made comedy and moving to LA a lot easier. So it's fine.
Oh yeah. With our jobs, it's hard to take care of a pet unless you have a girlfriend or significant other that lives in the house or
that can watch the dog.
Right. It would be a lot easier. Or I want cats. I used to foster cats back in Dallas, and I brought one of my cats back in LA, but within 3 to 6 months I had to give it back I gave him a home. I found a home for him. It was it was to these two little girls. You know,
Aw.
the parents were happy about it, and it was nice they were willing to adopt too. And I showed them the medical papers and all that stuff, and even the cat seemed happier because he was getting separation anxiety.
Oh,
I mean, it's just with we travel so much.
It's so hard, and until we can get to the point where we're like, oh, you got that like private plane money, like it's just hard to.
Oh my God, dude, they paid for my flight. I was flying Emirates.
Wait.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
I was in the back of the plane, but I was still fine because, dude, Emirates is way better. Dude, you have so much leg room.
Well, I've seen the whole thing about I've seen the videos of hey, we're in first class at the they're
of Emirates.
It's
well,
like $20,000.
$15,000,
yeah,
about $15,000. It's really expensive to do that. But I don't have that money.
Yeah, no, I've never.
The goal is to get corporations to buy it for you.
Yeah, corporations, please sponsor us. Give us money.
Yeah, dude. Kevin Hart is sponsored by Nike and Chase. He has deals with Nike and Chase. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, why not? They have stupid money, so give it to some of us comedians, please.
Yeah, they are giving it to Kevin Hart. Shout out to Kevin Hart.
And he's got that new restaurant he's about to open.
He's opening a restaurant?
Yeah, it's called LA? Yeah, it's a veggie burger place. I think it's called it's called Heart something.
I
it's
remember seeing this on his Instagram.
Yeah. So that I saw somebody that got a preview meal the other day. They said it was good. So. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kevin. I love you so much, Kevin Hart. I know you listen to this podcast. So I just want to say I admire him. He's the one that reading his book. Mm-hmm. I listened to his new book too. It's really good. But he's the one that inspired me to just really take stand-up approaching stand-up more as a business. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're all seeing as an artist, which is good. Yeah. You want to be funny. You want to take this seriously. But, how many times have you and I as stand-ups, we see a comedian who, not even a comedian, they're they're an influencer. Yeah. Or a reality TV star. Yeah. And they just waltz over to stand-up, and they're garbage. They're shitting on, you're literally seeing them shitting on our art form. Yeah. And doing it because they know they don't want to be stand-ups. Their agent told them to try to be. They're doing it for the money. Yeah, right. And at first it used to really, really upset me, but now I'm it's fine. They make me look better. We saw at Dubai Comedy Festival, I saw this one. Her name is Kiki Leaks. Kiki Leaks. She's known for Real Housewives in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, one of the worst stand-ups. It was literally I'm cringing really hard because she was you could see her blanking out mid-joke. And just bombing, and then I was in front of a theater full of people. She was hosting too. Yeah. So so she has to come back on stage later. Yeah. But it was but she got up and she had a lot of energy, and she kept flaunting her fake butt, and and she was just she was being hey everybody, look at y'all look gorgeous, and everyone's woo, and then she tried to do a couple jokes and it failed miserably, and she goes, okay, and then she did this. Everybody stand up, and she gets the whole theater to stand up. Anyways, introducing your first comedian, Beth Stelling, and then she gets up and Beth Stelling crushed it. It was amazing, but it was just and then she gets up again and does a terrible job. At first, I was everyone, me and the other comedians sitting next to me were man, this is horrible. But we're hey, she puts butts in seats. She sells tickets. And also this is a business. And also the thing is, you got to imagine, what if you were a year into stand-up and doing theaters, that sort of thing. The thing is, when you're already famous and then you start stand-up, you can't start quietly. Right. Everyone sees you because nobody's really good at stand-up the first year, Dude, honestly, my first year, I was I like this. Second year, I'm getting good at this. Third year, I'm oh my God, I think I have a future in this. Fourth year into stand-up, I'm I don't think I've ever written a single good joke. Yeah. There's the ups and downs of oh, you think when you first couple years, you're oh yeah, I'm good. And then you're no, I'm not, then when you get to I'm year 9 right now. So it's okay, I'm getting more. I'm okay, I think I have the buildings of what I think can be my first special, right? Mm-hmm. But it's takes a long time to get to that point, right, and to get that confidence. And I totally agree with you. Yeah, you go. Yeah. Right now I'm at this level where I'm I'm having good sets and I'm very happy about it. but like I'm very skeptical. Where I'm like, I feel a bomb coming. Like I feel like I'm gonna have a good hot bomb soon. I don't know when.
You're gonna have a humbling. That's the thing with stand.
Like
no
a
matter
very
how
humbling
good you're
moment.
doing it, everyone. I think that's the reason why well-known people that do stand up still connect with like younger comics, because like everyone's been there. You know, everyone has to go through the trenches, and everyone will still have a bomb. You know, once in a while, even if you're and that's you think it's just been too long, and now it's like a time limit. It's like you're about to have it. It's like you haven't had one in a while, so it's gonna happen.
Right, like I remember seeing like on the news when Tiffany Haddish bombed on New Year's. Like she was bombed. She was already drunk on stage, and then she gets on stage. She wasn't doing well, and she's like, "Fuck it," and she just pulls out like a bottle of vodka and just starts drinking, and it was like all over. It was like a really bad bomb. And
but she's great normally. She's
funny.
fantastic.
No,
she's
very
so
funny.
hilarious.
But TMZ, they like, they were interviewing David Spade. They're like, what do you think about the Tiffany Haddish bomb? And he was just like, I mean, everyone bombs.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Can I go? I need to go to the club. I need to do a spot. Leave me alone. Like,
good on Spade.
Have you ever had like a bomb so hard you just get in the car, you don't even drive, you just stare at the steering wheel?
I mean, I think the first time I had to follow a big name, I was like, that was like a little scary for me.
Oh yeah.
That was probably, that was probably that for me. It was like my second setback in the pandemic, and it was a last minute thing, and I wasn't expecting to go up.
Who'd you follow?
Nikki Glazer, and it was an outdoor show, and I later went on to do really well. Did a bunch of shows with Supernova, and it was really great. But the first time I did it was only like my second setback after the pandemic, and it was like it was only 5 minutes. I got through it. It wasn't like none of my jokes worked, but they were just like kind of more lackluster, I was still getting back into the groove of things, and I accept it. It's fine,
Right.
It wasn't that the jokes were bad. I just I think I was still just getting used to performing in front of a crowd.
Oh no!
Because it was the first time. It was like the second time I performed in front of a live audience back from the pandemic.
So you were like in your head. And
a little bit. It was like, and I was like, I got this, and I knew the set I was doing, but it just wasn't. And I hadn't done a show in the round in a long time, and like
following a big name is tough.
Yeah.
I got in my head following in Austin following Brian Simpson.
Yeah.
I mean, the crowd was hot, but he fucking he's always one of those comedians where if I am on a stand-up on a lineup with him, I'm like excited, but I pray to God I'm not following him. but that was one of my biggest fears. But now, like, after getting over that hump, I was like, it was nice. Like, I didn't bomb, but I had a good set.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nearly as great as his. It was like,
that's what I mean.
phenomenal.
Like, it wasn't. I think it's just like I think a complete bomb is where you don't get any laughs, which wasn't what I had, but it still wasn't the way I wanted it to be. But now I've done it a lot, where I followed Burr, I followed Sarah Silverman, and it's either
you build that confidence.
You totally build it, and you get there. Sklar Brothers, Benson, like I've been able to follow a lot of people since, which I feel much more confident and stronger in my stand-up, and I know the way I can approach it. Either I start with a really hot joke where I get the punchline in with the first 10 seconds,
correct,
or a physical one, so I know one go-to, or I acknowledge it, where like after Sarah Silverman, I think I was like, oh hi, I'm the Sarah you don't know, like acknowledging hey, I'm the less famous Sarah on the show,
right.
So that kind of thing. So either acknowledging that and getting them on your side, or starting right off the top like super fast.
Makes sense.
So I have my go-to strategy for that now, but that was probably the one in recent. It was a few years ago, but in recent memory that was like hard, but. I'm past that. It's not like it got me to stop. It's you all go through it.
I mean, listen, like you just a lot of with everything else. Like no matter what career you choose, it's just keep going and work hard. And like as dumb as this sounds and how cliche it sounds, it's like really just a formula of just like keep going and working hard and being patient or whatever, all that yada yada yada. This is a motivational podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm falling asleep. Wake me up when this this episode's over. Another sleeping question.
Okay.
Can you are you a cuddler?
I am sometimes, yes. Yeah.
I could cuddle. Like I enjoy cuddling. I like that connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the fact that our heartbeats are syncing.
Yeah. And also I think the skin to skin contact actually like lets you more open for like.
You feel valid. You know, you feel loved. You know, and but then my arm falls asleep.
I know, yeah.
And then I'm like, get this piece of shit off of me. Get out of here. I was like, yeah, 5 minutes ago, I was holding on tight to you and I would never let you go.
Yeah.
But now, my arm is dead. And frankly, my arm is more important than you.
I switch it up, but thankfully, and this is what I figured out early on, is with partners figuring out early on what your sleep style is, if we're both heavy sleepers or both light sleepers, because that affects my compatibility. Like, I cannot be with someone that's a light sleeper, like, and have a good relationship, because I would just frustrate them, because I probably wake them up so many times in the night.
Yeah.
Because I talk probably a lot more than I think, and like all this stuff.
Question. What, you're cuddling with a guy and you feel his boner. You ignore it?
Nah, I'm like, all right, are you awake? Let's go for it.
Okay.
See, there's to explain, there is a chemical reason for this. So I'm missing for the narcolepsy, missing a chemical in my brain. It's called hypocretin or orexin, because it was discovered by two different scientists on opposite sides of the world around the same time. Yeah. And that chemical communicates to my body and my brain that I've had enough sleep, also food, and it also involves arousal. So like, there's no limit. Like, I could eat all day, sleep all day, and like have sex all day. Like, I do not have a limit with that. So that is part of the narcolepsy as well. So that is why I am not a typical woman, I'd say, in that way. I've always been the one that's wanted more sex than my partners. It's just been normal.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So there's I don't want you to think that that's like a normal, like, bar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But for me, I'm like,
I'm glad you prefaced that, because I'm like, next thing you know, I'm like going to any girl or my girl, and I'll be like, hey, guess what? Have you seen this episode? The women were lying the whole time. I know you're in the mood.
No,
I am.
For me, it's like, I can go right back to sleep like that. So I'm like, like, yeah, if you're up for it. But a lot of times, like, my partner works a lot. He is, very busy. He's, constantly working, taking early calls and meetings and things like that. So he does actually need sleep sometimes. So sometimes he'll be like, let me wake up first, or like, he needs a little bit more time to wake up. So but for me, yeah, I don't mind that,
With your sleep narcissism, do you...
I love that we're calling it that now.
Do you, like, I know you mentioned this, like, sometimes you will, like, fall asleep in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
What was the most random person you ever... Random area you were like, fuck, why didn't I fall asleep? This is so embarrassing.
Well, I don't really get as embarrassed anymore because I'm used to, not mid-comedy set, but definitely the back of the room of a lot of comedy shows, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. The thing is that the falling down thing, that I've gotten really used to, because I've
fell down?
No, well, it's called a cataplexy, where you fall down. It happens at a sudden shock.
Is it like tip over, or is it Twin Towers?
It's kind of like a marionette puppet. Actually, it's kind of like for me.
I'm sorry.
For me, I kind of feel it in the knees, so it's like I kind of bounce a couple times on my knees before I kind of like collapse, and I collapse to the ground. There, I've got a little model. People can see that. But it's like a marionette puppet if you cut the strings. So like, it happens when I'm really shocked or surprised or highly emotional.
Whoa! You could fall asleep like those goats. Have you seen those?
Yeah,
sorry, I got really.
It's okay.
Like there's goats where if you surprise them, it will seize up and fall asleep.
Well, that's what a cataplexy is kind of like. So it's like, not everyone who has narcolepsy has a cataplexy. I'd say like one in like I'd say about, like 40 or 50% of people with narcolepsy have cataplexy, and that's called narcolepsy type 1. But type 2 is where you just are sleepy a lot during the day. So
I think my friend Edhem is type 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it takes him, and I think maybe for you, it takes him like, he took a test, and usually it takes people like 20 to 30 minutes to go into full REM sleep.
Yeah, he did an MLST.
And it took him like less than 4 minutes.
Yeah.
To get to full REM sleep.
That's really interesting. Like, yeah, because that is, that's like me. So I can be asleep and have right to REM.
I need to take that test. I think it takes me probably like a fucking 40 minutes. Or it depends how tired. I'm just anxious.
Yeah.
Maybe you have advice on this. Like,
anxious?
Like, I lay in bed, and all I can think of was like, okay, you have this to do, you have that to do, you need to do, and next thing you know, I wake myself up, pull out my phone, and start like working some more.
Do you ever do like just any free writing at all throughout the day? Like even just like, have you ever done like morning pages?
Yeah, I've read The Artist's Way. Well, I read first chapter 2 of The Artist's
Yeah,
Way.
I think I went through 8 chapters is the farthest I've gone. I need to get an accountability person. If you want to do it, let me know.
I need a book club. That's what I need.
Yeah.
I got into free writing. I was getting in every day writing. But the problem, back to traveling. The shitty part's like, on one hand, I get to go to all these cities and perform for people who want to see me. Mixed. Well, I'm not that I'm not that big. I'm not famous at all. But like, it's like people who know me from social media, and then people who, you know, who are just taking a chance to see me, or people who are just stand-up comedy, whatever. Every show of mine is a very mixed crowd, mixed bag of people. But, and I'm very excited to like perform in front of these people and get to, you know, have them who didn't know me become fans, and it's like that the journey.
Yeah, the
journey. Energy, vibes, whatever. We're doing LA words tonight, and I'm very proud. But at the same time, like all this traveling, you're so thrown off your routine. It's not just with sleep schedule, but my morning routine. I like to wake up and get some writing done, or journal, or write 3 things I'm grateful for. Go to the gym, or eat breakfast, or these certain things that like really get I don't know, just set the tone for the day in every way possible, from mentally, physically, whatever.
Well, do you set your tone for when you're going to bed? Do you do anything to like get yourself ready? So that's the thing. I think like if you found a routine and made a ritual where it's either like maybe playing calming music, maybe not looking at your phone for the like 30 minutes before you go to bed, and making sure it's like on the other side of the room or something, like those things might help, maybe, is my recommendation.
Sarah, you are a fucking genius. What's your IQ, like 5,000?
I haven't done one of those in a long time.
I need to do that. I always had a morning ritual, routine. I never had a nighttime.
Yeah,
I have a great night. Well, I have my skincare routine, but that's
important. Skincare is important,
dude.
It's like so after
for your male listeners out there, dude. Get on it.
Yes,
I'm 29, but I look 24. But it's the dimples too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have really good dimples. It's cute.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Well, I have a bit about the dimples, but yeah, I got it.
But yeah, I think that like preparing a kind of routine for yourself is good, you know? And honestly, if like I were a dude, you know, if you know, like I think something else that tires you out, like if you masturbate before bed, that could also help.
Yeah, okay. I do that. However, all right, we're going to get into this topic. Let's do this, because I could go on and on about this. But masturbation is normal. Porn isn't.
Yeah.
And when you're watching porn before bed,
yeah,
it helps, like, one, it's the screen time, but imagine it's these images
that don't escape you, and then you're just
right, and porn is just not fucking healthy. Dude, in the beginning of the year, I tried to quit. I went 52 days without porn.
What? That's amazing.
It was me and another comedian. We were like holding each other accountable, and then he broke it around 39 because he was upset because he wanted to hit 40, and I broke it around 52, 53 days.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I was like, if I needed to masturbate, I'll masturbate before bed, but I'll do it from like memory.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how like I've traditionally done it too, but I've got a good visual memory, so you just like in my head it's like replay your favorite hits in your head.
Yeah, that too, or like, you know, or I'll just masturbate to the thoughts of my enemies failing, but but I was gonna say something else, and I was like, I don't know.
Do you just do like you have bad vibes? You have bad vibes.
Yeah, I have bad
vibes.
So, you know, look at you getting canceled. You fucking deserve a piece of. No, I'm kidding. But porn is so bad, and also back to routine. When I was traveling a lot, you're anxious. You're not working stuff, and I mean, I don't know about me, but I think I speak for a lot of men about this. Like porn is an addiction, and addiction is not just, it's like we use it when we're feeling anxious or sad or depressed.
Or any emotion.
Or literally any emotion.
Any emotion, yeah.
Or when you're having like a high or a low, that's when you really go into your addiction. Porn is addiction, or some people go gambling or drugs or anything. Yeah. Terry Crews, one of my favorite people ever, he has a book called Manhood. I highly recommend everyone to read this, but he talks about his journey about like breaking down like toxic masculinity behaviors, but also like quitting porn. And he has this method called HALT, HALT. If you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, sometimes it's one of those feelings that derives that like I need to watch porn, or for Pete Davidson he talks about like I need to cut myself, or I need to gamble, or I need to do this. Usually that feeling, you start thinking of the ritual, like going into your bed, getting napkins or whatever, or
lotion, getting your lotion,
or Googling like best, like what are gambling, like casinos around me, or going to buy cigarettes. It's that ritual before doing the act. And for me, it's like when I was doing my 52 days, like I was learning like, oh, that feeling of I need to watch porn, but then you go, are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired? And when I was traveling, a lot of the times it was like, I'm just lonely and tired. I'm sleepy. I should just take a nap. Or I'm lonely. I'm in this city by myself. I only know this one person or whatever. And then you just think, I just want to jerk off to get my mind off of these feelings. But then you just stop. If you're lonely, call a friend.
Yeah.
I have a list of friends.
Yeah, you can call at any point. Yeah, that's cool.
Or my family, my brothers, my mom.
I love that.
Just talk to them, and then you're like, okay. And then as you're talking to them, that feeling of like, I need to watch porn, or I need to gamble, or I need to succumb to my addiction, it goes away.
I think that's super healthy. That's great advice. I think that's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah. It's easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely. But like I'd say that's a long time. It's good to know that you didn't because I think like it'd be almost probably physically impossible. It'd probably just happen at night anyways if you didn't, do anything for 52 days, because that would be a lot.
Yeah,
but
addiction is a tough battle. I mean, I know it runs in my family because my older brother's an addict. My grandfathers were addicts. Like everyone. So I mean, honestly, addiction just runs in everybody. Some stronger than others.
Yeah.
But,
There are some things that's like I could see myself, because like with video games or some things I get competitive, so I could like anytime I've gone to a casino, like I've never been super into the gambling. In my mind, I look at it like once I lose like $50 like per day. If I lose $50, that's it. I'm not going to gamble anymore, because like $50, it's like, okay, that was an entertainment value, right? That was like worth it for the entertainment value, and I look at it as, okay, it's not really a loss because I had X amount of hours of fun with this $50, right?
Yeah, I've gambled once, and it wasn't even, I don't even consider it gambling. It was like what, 21 at the time. I was working temp for this account, this marketing firm. I don't know, but they took everyone out to like not Shreveport. Was it Shreveport? I don't know, some casino near Oklahoma or Louisiana. And Shreveport's in Louisiana. Doesn't matter. We went to a casino, and I was like, I don't gamble. Like, I'm not. And she goes, it's fun. Just take out a certain amount of money. Just call it your fun money. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Take out that, and then just play with it. If you make money, you make money. If you lose money, you lose money. And just, I was like, okay. I took out $100. And I was like, I'm only gonna use this $100. I'm gonna just try it because I'm turned 30 next month, but I believe when in my 20s I promised myself, I was like, I'm gonna try everything just once, except drugs. Well, most drugs I didn't do.
Yeah.
but most drugs I did do.
Be careful.
Well, the one drug I still want to try is DMT. That's on my list, and ayahuasca. Those two are on my list.
Ayahuasca I want to try.
But I took out the 100. I lost it literally less than 10 minutes, and I was like, all right, I'm glad.
Blackjack.
I think blackjack. Yeah, because I tried blackjack, and I was like, I could see why people get addicted to this, you know, and I could see why certain friends of mine got addicted to this. Yeah. So it was nice to just try it and just think, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. No, that's very good willpower of you. Very.
Oh, but I'm addicted to a lot of other things. I'm addicted to social media.
Yeah.
I'm addicted
we all are.
I'm addicted to, now I'm Legend of Zelda. I'm addicted to, I was getting addicted to reading comments.
Oh gosh, that'll get you in your head.
That got me, but I'm getting better at that. But like, you know how people physically harm themselves by cutting themselves? Me, reading comments or just like looking for negative comments.
Oh, on purpose? Oh.
You're like, yeah, that's negative self-harm. Imagine you're like, oh, cool, like this video has, 2,000 comments.
And 2 are negative, but you're going to focus on the 2 negative ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, now I'm getting better at just like, I post the first hour, I'll read the comments, I'll respond to a couple, I'll post my show dates, and then I let it go.
That's good. How are you, and we also talk about relationships on this podcast, how are you doing with losing your sketch partner to LA? Sorry. Is that weird? Yeah, no, sorry. I think of him. Yeah.
No, it's not weird at all.
I associate you guys together because you did so many TikToks
I
throughout
love
the
it.
pandemic.
It's funny. No, it's hilarious.
And I think that's a roommate/best friend is a very important relationship.
Oh,
as
no,
well.
That is my best friend.
And
I took him with me to the Middle East. Of course, he's my best friend.
I know you went sand boarding.
Yeah, we went sandboarding. We went off roading. We even did some ATVs.
That's great.
And then we went off road. It was fun.
I love that you're like, hey, here's my token white friend here in the Middle East, right?
Yeah,
it's like
well, he was nervous at first, but I was like, relax, it's Dubai. They treat white people better than some Arabs. Like, it's in Dubai, it's like Emiratis. Okay, so United Arab Emirates.
Yes.
And then Emiratis.
Oh, got it.
So
yeah.
Okay, are like the citizens there. Okay, so Emiratis are up there, and then it's UK and US white people.
Okay.
And then it's everybody else.
Okay.
I don't want to keep going down because
that gets a little
Yeah, but I was like, then it's everybody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I told Ryan, I was like, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. I was getting people thought I was Emirati in the beginning.
Oh.
They thought I was like Emirati or.
So did they start treating you well, and then when they found out you weren't, they're like, "Hey, like we're not going to be as nice to you."
They thought I was Emirati American, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that was only like a couple people thought. And then it depends on what I was wearing too.
Yeah.
I was wearing like this flashy button up. Yeah. Not flashy, but it's like a button.
Nice. That's nice.
It was like a nice button up.
Yeah.
They thought I was like Emirati American because like I could pass it. They're like darker skin, like Arabs with darker complexion. And I was like, no, I'm Yemeni. They're like, what?
What? Yeah.
But okay, that's funny about relation. Well, everyone thought but people still swear that we're dating. People think, which is funny to me. At this point, I was like, you know what? Let everyone believe what they want to believe. If anything, it gets
more views.
It gets more views, and then I'll do shows. I will have gay Arabs.
Oh.
Or lesbian Arabs. They will be like, hey, I'm coming out to you because I can't come out to my family.
Oh, wow.
And they go, I know you and Ryan aren't dating, but I just like the fact that you guys are very wholesome and y'all aren't like your typical douchebag guys.
Yeah, and I like that you also highlight like, oh, you cry about this, or you can be upset about, like in certain sketches.
Oh yeah, I like that. People think we're gay sketch.
Yeah, no, it's like
thank you.
And no, I remember ones of those. I think that's important. But like obviously I don't think that you're right or dating, but I think it's an important relationship, and I know he recently moved.
Yeah, he moved to St. Louis, and I mean we still keep in touch. I'm actually planning a Middle Eastern tour in November, and I just texted Ryan at this. I was like, the goal is to go back to Istanbul and go back to Dubai. Start with Istanbul, end in Dubai, and it would work perfectly on a map. So it'd be like, we'll go from the west more east. So we'll go from Istanbul to Cairo, Amman, maybe Beirut, Riyadh, and Saudi or Saudi. And then and stop at Dubai. I think that would work, and I would love to take him with me. I mean, a lot of if you know Ryan, if you're a fan of Ryan, you know me.
Yes.
And if you know me, you're a fan of Ryan. And oh look, that dog had balls on him. I haven't seen. That was wild. Sorry, a corner of my eye. Balls on a dog. You never really see that much nowadays. But anyways,
you'll see more balls on trucks than you will on dogs.
Right, straight up. Good one. I do miss him. I'm gonna see him.
Yeah.
He's still my best friend. Yeah. We have a show called Ryan, Ahmed, and You, and we have the same college agent. We're pitching that to colleges, but for the most part, we're still doing what's it called? We're still doing like other stuff together or tours or whatever. But now that he's gone and I'm in LA, I'm going to be posting more stand-up clips.
Yeah.
I do have some sketches written out that I need to film. I'm probably going to film it later this week. and I'm just gonna be playing multiple characters. And I'm sure you've seen on my page like have you seen the Fasting in America sketch?
Yeah.
Right, where I'm playing multiple characters.
Yeah.
So I'm
Nutty
doing
Professor it.
Nutty Professor, right, Eddie Murphy style, and